The idea was to combine the great world of dance with the great show of sports. And the nearest sports who could be suitable, I thought it was the gymnastic world. When I had this opportunity to produce this idea, I immediately said to them, why don't we make this combination with these great friends of mine, which are David, Parsons, Moses Pendleton, and Daniel Ezralow. Daniel is a son of the world, you know. I think his talent is capable to use, with great knowledge, all different forms of art to create a piece. And they always give you some surprises on stage. David carries the heritage of the American modern dance. As a choreographer, David has a big variety of pieces that can give you different type of emotion. As a performer, he's very powerful, extremely intense. Moses started a new kind of expression which has now developed in Momix. His live creations is the image of what he has in his mind. What he does with his dancers is unique and amazing. And I suddenly said to myself, wow, how am I going to do this? Because, I mean, it was totally new. At that time, I was thinking to go around the Eastern world to use a gymnast and collect the best of the best. I realized I had a lot of connection in Romania through Italy. And when I went there, I found that Romania was very open to this kind of discussions and said, well, that's a great opportunity to do something completely different, especially for gymnasts who are finishing to compete. And we're talking about kids that are 20, 22 years old. So they can have a brand new career on stage.
We went over to Bucharest for the first time to do an audition, and it was really an eye-opener to see, you know, these passionate people. A lot of young people know that that's the road that they would have to take to become world-class gymnasts. So they actually leave their families and come to Bucharest and live in dormitories and other people's homes and spend their childhood really studying gymnastics at an incredible level. And that's dedication, that's sacrifice.
I'm world champion in individual woman, and I'm second in mixed pair. And my wish is to be world champion in mixed pair also.
Yeah, they are world champions. They are the best in the world. They are the world champion, world and European.
I started doing gymnastics in my hometown, in Târgu Mureș. I have 3 gold medals in trio and 2 silver, 1 bronze. And I have also bronze in individual.
In gymnastics and sport aerobics, for my competition, I always start to training very hard for gold medal because everybody wants the gold medal.
For competition, I prepare them every day, 6-7 hours a day. They go home only 2 or 3 days per year to see their parents, but usually the parents and the sisters, brothers, they come to Bucharest, where is the national team, to see them.
I started gymnastics when I was 4 years old. Yes, and the first competition in national championship was at 8 years old.
In gymnastics, I compete with Isabella and Dana and some other girls. And we know each other from 10 or 12 years.
In the last 6 years, we got 18 medals, only in very big competitions, in world championships and European championships. And we are very proud of it. Romania! I train them very hard. Sometimes I feel sorry, but I have to be very strong and very tough to have these performances.
Maria helped a lot in this show because every time when the choreographer wants something from us, they ask Maria to do the arrangement and everything. Because otherwise, sometimes they want something too much, or sometimes they want something too easy. And Maria, it's like a balance.
And of course, we used our language, gymnastics language, with cartwheel, with flick-flack, with round-off. And this was very important because our technique was perfect. And Danny, David, Moses, they love it.
I was so amazed at their abilities to just like wind themselves up and explode into the air, just like a bomb. And I think that probably the essence of Aeros is that experience when they begin to knife through space. That's very, very, very thrilling. And that takes my breath away and continues to do so. I mean, I could watch that forever, I guess. When David and Danny and I sat in Bucharest, we would say, all right, how are we going to do this? And maybe we might do better that each one did a piece.
We started working with them. First time was Daniel Ezralow. He was coming to Bucharest, and then we went to another city in Romania by the sea.
They'd never been touched by choreography. They'd never been touched by a choreographer. They looked at me and said, you know, are you our coach? As their coach, I was to shout at them and tell them what to do. Well, the first thing I did was I laid them on the floor and started them breathing. I had to release them. They were bound. They were bound by their training.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
They want to see us working and doing aerobic steps, gymnastics, and actually they wanted to see some ballet steps, and it wasn't so easy for us because it was in beginning of for us doing modern dance.
I said, well, I cannot do this. It's not for me. I'm used to compete. I'm used to do elements and only the step from aerobics. Maybe dance, but it's something else. It's not modern dance or ballet.
It was wild. They just couldn't believe what I was doing. We were working in some small gym on the Black Sea coast. It's called Mamaia. And it was so hot. And I was playing something, you know, new agey. And they were just, you know, the coach, Marcella, she was, what? Who in the hell is this guy? And I had them touching and groping and feeling and showing emotions and showing them that all they needed to do was listen to the music, connect to their sensitivity, and they would be able to dance. You know, the experience was phenomenal. They thought I was nuts. I mean, maybe the one day they started to trust me is when we were at the beach, and I started playing in the sand at the beach and covering one of them up. Then I started taking pictures, and I started encouraging them to play like dolphins in the water.
Danny learned to feel our body, to feel our movement inside.
He tried to give us something from dance. He tried to teach us how to feel the stage, how to feel the music, and how to express our sentiments, our feelings on the stage.
And we have enough time to discover him, and he have enough time to discover us. He knows after that month many things about us. He knows we are gymnasts, not dancers.
And Moses, it's dreamer. It's something like that. Yeah, it's nice to work with Moses. Yeah, he has a lot of. He's a visionary.